Meet Steven Bradbury, the Australian speed skater who won gold in the 2002 Salt Lake City Olympics after all his opponents crashed in the 1,000 meters event. Steven Bradbury was a 29-year-old Australian speed skater at the 2002 Salt Lake City Olympics. He was considered a dark horse, never having won a world championship or Olympic medal before. In the 1,000 meters event, Bradbury was in last place with only 50 meters to go. Then, in a shocking turn of events, all four leaders crashed into each other, opening the door for Bradbury. Bradbury crossed the finish line alone, becoming the first Australian to win Winter Olympic gold. His improbable victory made him an overnight sensation and a beloved Australian sports hero. Dive into the world of William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar and analyze the themes of betrayal, power, and loyalty that make this tragedy a timeless classic. William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar is based on real historical events from ancient Rome. The play's title character, Julius Caesar, was a powerful Roman general and statesman. Caesar's assassination is a pivotal moment in the play, orchestrated by Brutus and Cassius. Shakespeare's portrayal of Brutus as a complex, conflicted character adds depth to the story. The phrase, et tu, Brut, or and you, Brutus, is one of the most famous lines in literature. Julius Caesar remains one of Shakespeare's most popular and enduring works, still widely performed today. Could early mammals have competed with dinosaurs for resources, ultimately contributing to their extinction? During the Mesozoic era, early mammals and dinosaurs coexisted for over 150 million years. Fossil evidence shows that early mammals were primarily small, nocturnal, and insectivorous, unlike modern mammals. Some fossilized mammal teeth have been found with dinosaur eggshell fragments, suggesting competition for food. The earliest mammals, like Repenomamus, were carnivorous and could eat dinosaur eggs and hatchlings. As dinosaurs declined, mammals began to diversify and occupy new ecological niches like herbivory and omnivory. The mass extinction event that killed the dinosaurs may have given mammals the opportunity to thrive and dominate Earth's ecosystems. Explore the eerie streets of Pripyat, a city of 49,000 people that was evacuated overnight after the 1986 Chernobyl nuclear disaster, and see the abandoned buildings and attractions that remain today. Pripyat was evacuated in just 36 hours, leaving behind a ghost town of 49,000 residents. The city was abandoned on the 27th of April, 1986, a day after the Chernobyl nuclear disaster occurred. Pripyat's design was inspired by Soviet-era urban planning, with wide streets and ample public spaces. The city's attractions, like the Pripyat Amusement Park, were never open to the public due to the evacuation. Radioactive contamination remains high in Pripyat, making it uninhabitable for humans without protection. Find out how stars like Anna Wintour, who was fired from her first job at Harper's Bazaar, and Walt Disney, who was fired from a newspaper job, bounced back to success. Anna Wintour was fired from her first job at Harper's Bazaar for being too creative. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper job for lacking creativity, ironically. J.K. Rowling was fired from her job as a researcher and bilingual secretary for daydreaming too much. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first TV job as an anchor for being too emotional on air. Madonna was fired from her job at Dunkin' Donuts for squirting jelly filling at a customer. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the company he co-founded, in 1985, but later returned. Butterflies don't just fly, they taste with their feet. Butterflies have taste receptors on their feet, helping them find food and mates. These receptors, called sensilla, allow butterflies to taste with every step they take. Butterflies use their feet to taste the sweetness or bitterness of a substance. This unique ability helps butterflies choose the right plants to feed on and lay eggs. Some butterflies can even taste the saltiness of water with their feet, finding essential minerals. This incredible adaptation makes butterflies one of the most fascinating creatures in nature. From NASA's original temper foam to today's advanced memory foam, we're tracing the history and development of this game-changing mattress material featuring Tempur-Pedic and other leading brands. NASA developed Tempur foam in the 1960s to improve aircraft seat cushioning and crash protection. In the 1980s, Swedish company Tempur-Pedic adapted Tempur foam for mattresses, introducing the first memory foam bed. Memory foam's unique properties allow it to conform to individual body shapes, reducing pressure points and improving sleep quality. Today, advanced memory foam materials feature cooling and ventilation technologies, regulating body temperature for a cooler night's sleep. Imagine a giant wave of molasses destroying a town. On the 15th of January 1919, a storage tank ruptured in Boston's North End, releasing 2.3 million gallons of molasses into the streets. The molasses flood traveled at an estimated 35 miles per hour, destroying everything in its path, including buildings and streets. The disaster claimed the lives of 21 people, with many more injured, and left a trail of destruction 90 feet wide and 160 feet long. The molasses was so thick and heavy that it took weeks to clean up, with workers using steam shovels and dynamite to remove the sticky substance. The Great Molasses Flood was one of the most bizarre and deadly disasters in American history, with no clear cause or explanation for the tank's rupture. Did you know that in combat situations, the T in triage stands for treatment? In combat situations, triage is used to quickly prioritize wounded soldiers for medical treatment. The T in triage actually stands for treatment, not triage, as commonly believed. Combat triage categorizes patients into three groups: immediate, delayed, and expectant, based on severity of injury. The March protocol is used in combat triage to assess patients' massive hemorrhage, airway, respiration, circulation, and hypothermia. Combat medics have just 5 to 10 minutes to treat a wounded soldier before they bleed out or succumb to shock. Proper combat triage can increase survival rates by up to 50% in emergency response situations.